Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio.
Zaron.
Hey, Elizabeth Dutton, what's up?
Mary. It's it's up. It's good. How are you?
I've been well, been pretty well.
I like to hear that. You know it's ridiculous?
Oh, yes, actually I do. In 2015, in London, thieves, just normal thieves, they were out and they pounced on this person who was about to get in their car and they stole the car, and it turned out that the car was an ambulance. And it was a very special kind of ambulance. This was an emergency circumcision ambulance.
Oh,
yes.
I need more information on this.
Girl, do you? This emergency circumcision ambulance was also an Audi TT. And if you don't know sports cars, imagine a smooth-backed German sports car. That is it, the Audi TT. Now, what's going on with the emergency circumcision that you need a sports car to get there?
That's my question.
What kind of emergency
How
circumcisions?
many emergency circumcisions are there?
We got to get this baby cut. Stat. I got a middle-aged man and needs a circumcision. It's a reversal.
I don't understand this.
Yeah. Well, also, while we're at it, I found a photo. So this is what it looks like.
Oh, the car, not the emergency circumcision.
Yeah.
I was like, one eye open. Oh, no.
The emergency circumcision ambulance is a green and yellow Audi TT.
That is loud.
Loud, and you're not going to miss it.
No, not at all. So did you ever find out? Did you look into what this emergency circumcision thing is about?
I could not find much. I was looking on Vice UK and different places, and it was mostly people just covered the theft, right? And then finding the actual answer, it just says medical response on it. So I couldn't find a company. So admittedly, I have no answers to this mystery.
We need to go to London, call 999, and be like, hurry! We need a circumcision. Hurry, stat. And then when they show up, we interview them.
Okay, I like this.
Don't the Italian police have like a Ferrari that they use or something like that for Oregon?
Lamborghini, I believe. And then in Dubai, they have almost an entire fleet of sports cars for the police because they had so many wealthy jerks who go out there and drive super fast in the desert that they needed their own supercars to catch them. So they have like McLarens and Ferraris and Lamborghinis and like just a ton of like super cars and the whole, it's really kind of
But I think the Italian one is to take organ donations.
Oh, yeah, that's like the medical one, the ambulance you're talking about. I was going with the police.
Yeah, well, they're all the I don't know, authorities, whatever they are. So, yes, ridiculous emergency circumcision.
Yes. So there you go.
Totally ridiculous. I'll tell you what else is ridiculous.
Oh, please.
A bank heist that is a premonition, a preview of a later ridiculous bank heist.
Wait, a premonition of a bank heist? Mm-hmm. Like a psychic had a premonition?
It shall be foretold.
Ooh.
This is Ridiculous Crime, a podcast about absurd and outrageous capers, heists, cons. It's always 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous.
You damn right.
Do you remember, Zaron?
Yes.
When I told you about the Hatton Garden Heist?
Yes.
Ways back?
Oh, yeah, I'd love an old crew of bank robbers.
Yeah. Old age pensioners, they concocted a heist in 2012, busted into a vault full of gems and untold riches. Mm-hmm. Story I want to tell you today is very similar.
More criminal silverbacks?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a crossover. It's sort of an origin story.
Ooh.
Because we have a repeat offender
we
here.
Got our first person to come back twice?
Yeah. Did you know they're recording us right now?
Who?
Dave.
What?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Anyway.
Why would he do that?
Well, we'll find out. So we have a repeat offender here. And do you remember the ringleader of the Hatton Gardens heist?
Ringleader.
He had a cool name.
Yes,
he had a car dealership in like a shabby chic rambling home.
Guv'nor.
Yes. The Guv'nor. None other than Brian Reeder.
I couldn't think of that part of his name. I got the nickname.
So Brian Reeder, a.k.a. the Guv'nor, was one of the masterminds behind the crazy bank robbery that I'm going to tell you about today.
Excellent.
And I need you to also note that the Guv'nor denied any involvement at all in this one.
Good move. Smart Guv'nor.
So When we first met him, we were talking about 2012 with the Hatton Gardens heist. This is different. This is 1970 that he cooks this up.
Oh, this is like his origin story. I got you. Nice. Boom.
So he has this little gang going around stealings, doing those little stealings.
Okay.
One of the guys in his gang is named Anthony Gavin.
Okay. Does
or
he have a
Tony
nickname?
Gavin.
Tony. Okay.
For his familiars. He was a photographer in his late 30s at the time.
All right.
He read a Sherlock Holmes short story written by Arthur Conan Doyle. Of course, another crossover here.
Another throwback.
Look, it's just all woven together. It's called the Red-Headed League.
Oh, yes. I know this one. This was very inspirational to all detectives.
Mm-hmm. Well, it inspired old Tony Gavin. In the story, the thieves tunnel into a vault, but in the story, they tunnel right into the arms of these detectives.
Yes.
So he's like, I can figure out a better way to do this. Now, another thing I'd like you to note, the Holmes headquarters were on Baker Street.
Yeah, 221B, right?
Correct.
All right.
Exactly. So Gavin has an idea. He figures out that he can pull off a tunnel heist way better than the crooks in the Holmes tale.
Okay.
Everyone always thinks they're smarter than everybody else. He took this idea to the Guv'nor. And the Guv'nor, Guv'nor.
Can we call him Young Guv'nor?
Young Guv'nor. Right. That's my new rap name. Had recently suffered a head injury when he slipped and fell while...
So I don't mean to laugh at recently suffered a head injury. But that's just a funny way of putting it. Because...
here's why we're laughing. Because head injuries are no laughing matter.
Oh, yeah. They can make a man strange for the rest of his days.
But the Guv'nor, there were a lot of injuries involved in Hatton Gardens.
Yes.
And so that's why it's funny.
I'm laughing is because, the bad luck was... Yeah, predetermined.
So he slips and falls while he's escaping from a building. He's like scoping out a building for a robbery. Someone catches sight of him and he's like, runs. And then boink, hits his head. And that's the sounds. Yeah. I just played on the recording. So he couldn't ever get anything right. He's still, though, with all his bumbling, he's stone cold.
Oh, yeah. He's a hard man. I mean, he definitely is.
He's not seen as a clown by any of these people.
He's a real veteran criminal.
Exactly.
Even as a young man, a veteran criminal.
So Gavin and the Gov, they go and they get this guy, Reginald Tucker.
Okay.
And he's Reggie. He's a used car dealer. And then also he would say that his...
used car dealer.
He would say sometimes that his job was a company director.
Oh, good one.
That's vague.
Yeah.
Then there's this other guy, Thomas Stevens. He's another used car dealer. Just a whole clan of... Don't forget, the Guv'nor went and had a used car lot.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, all these guys were like, yeah, what do you do? I push used cars. I sell used cars. I'm a used car dealer.
So Bobby Mills is another dude.
Pushing warm cars, not hot cars. They're warm.
Gently used. Bobby Mills is another friend of the Guv'nor's.
Okay.
So they bring him into this. Then there's Mickey Skinny Gervaisi.
They sound like a boy band. Tommy, Mickey, Reggie.
Skinny. Bobby. Skinny is a burglar alarm expert.
Okay, you need one of those?
Always. And then there are these two unidentified people, to this day, unidentified, one of whom was an explosives expert.
Ooh.
This is totally Ocean's 11, by the way.
It's also the professionals of Burt Lancaster.
It's everything.
Yeah, it's all the great gang group movies. Like, okay, we need this professional. We need this expert.
It's also, it's La La Land.
Which one's that?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, that's the dancing Oscar movie?
I guess,
right,
yeah.
I
the accidental, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so these two other mystery guys, one is named Little Legs, and the other one is named TH. That's all we know of them.
Just know, okay.
Now, the TH, it was rumored was connected with a really corrupt Scotland Yard detective inspector. But it's all rumor and supposition.
Wait, the guy was rumored to be tight with
bad guy is tight with a sort of good guy.
Okay, yeah. I'm with it.
So this ragtag bunch, they get together. They decide that they're going to target the Baker Street branch of Lloyd's Bank on the corner of Baker Street and Marylebone Road.
I'm going to pretend like I know what that means.
Me too. At 185 Baker Street. So December 7th, 1970, Reginald Tucker, car dealer / company director, he goes into the bank and he opens a bank account with 500 pounds. Okay. It's a good, quantity of money. Then he uses the name G. Edwards, not his real name, and a fake home address to open this account. The bank doesn't check the references that he supplied. They didn't notice that the address that he gave was actually a newsagent's, like a newspaper store. Okay. Whatever. They're like, yeah, I have an account. Great. 2 months later, Tucker goes and he gets a safe deposit box at the bank. And number 317, if you're taking notes.
Okay. Let me add this to my letters. Go on.
The cost is £2.50 a month.
Okay, so like the rent for the safe deposit box?
Yeah.
To let it.
Exactly. He didn't keep much in it, but it gave him access to the vault.
Yes, exactly.
So,
I'm with you.
You know how they do. So he'd sign in under his fake name, and then they'd escort him to the vault, 2 staff members.
Right this way, Mr. Edwards.
They'd use the 2 key thing, and then they're like, you know what, we're going to leave you in this vault for your privacy to look at your My Little Pony collection.
Here are some white gloves.
Here's all your precious memories. And so Tucker would go in there, and his job was like memorizing the inside of the vault, drawing up a plan, coming up with the dimensions.
The schema of it basically? Or the schematic, rather?
Yeah, so he'd go into the vault, just like he's a businessman. He'd wear a bowler hat and a pinstripe suit. You gotta love a costume, right?
He's looking like the guy from the Magritte painting. He's coming in with a bowler. And
he's all Cecina Pazumpi. He would also carry an umbrella, and he used that to measure the inside of the vault.
Okay, so I'm just picturing John Cleese doing all of this, and it's really working for me.
With the silly walks, but it also would probably look like a dance routine where he's like setting the umbrella up, taking some steps, setting it down. They're like, this poor guy, he has nowhere to rehearse, so he comes in here. It also turns out that the floor tiles were a standard 9 inches each.
Oh, that's helpful.
And that was super helpful. So makes measuring a snap. He goes to the vault 13 different times. And 5 times in the month before the heist. So he's just like constantly checking out his safe deposit box. 2 times in the week before the heist.
Okay. Now, is this like alerting anything for the bank? Or is this
they don't care.
They don't care.
This
is normal. This
They're
is like
this guy. He's a businessman.
He wants to come in and just feel his My Little Pony ponies.
He, tips his hat to him and goes in there and looks through his
dusts his jewels or whatever he does.
Yeah, he has like old rinsed out yogurt containers.
I did not see that coming. But I picture everything. So now it's just right there.
There you go.
Mind.
You're welcome. And he just he looks at it and he remembers the good times.
That was a good Tuesday.
Such a good Yoplait blueberry day. So that's what he's got in his safe deposit box. Okay. If you ask me, the vault at Lloyd's Bank, Baker Street, was built of reinforced concrete. It had 2 doors, and it was behind a locked sliding grill.
Okay.
So, it's pretty secure. The main door had an alarm and a lock that was set to a timer, so no one, not even the employees, could open it outside of normal business hours.
Okay.
So you better not get stuck in there. He checks this all out. They find out, too, that the bottom was 18 inches. There's also another source that I found that said it was 3 feet of double reinforced concrete.
The
floor. Yeah. Or the bottom, as I call it.
I was wondering,
I'm like, you know what? Excuse me, I need to go vacuum the bottom.
From the walls to the bottom.
You've been sweeping
the houses are rocking.
So, impenetrable, they say, right? And the bottom was not connected to an alarm system. The floor.
It was an unprotected bottom.
Oh, as fancy people call it, the floor. No alarm system on the floor. 2 doors down from the bank on Baker Street, there's a struggling leather goods store.
Okay,
Why
I hope this comes into
me?
the story. I just love struggling leather goods store.
They're just trying to make their way in the world.
Push attaché cases, like, come on, 2 for $5, 2 for $5.
Like the hobo bag just is not what it used to be on the market. The store is called Le Sac.
See, this is why. Le Sac.
Well, I'm thinking about that
it's
brand.
French. No, it's not, brother.
Le Sport Sac, that's all like the parachute material.
Isn't
it was big in the 80s, but...
Isn't it Le Coq Sportif?
Well, that's a different one.
Oh, okay. Which one do you say?
Le Sport Sac.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was a big 80s thing, and I just am going to give a little bit of a reveal, open up my world. Yes. That's the kind of wallet I carry.
You're always so international.
And I'm so up to date. Anyway, Le Sac going out of business.
I am so shocked.
The basement of the shop was at the same level as the bank vault.
This is going to be handy.
Yeah. And they weren't next door, though. There was 2 doors down. They're separated by a fast food restaurant called Chicken Inn.
Chicken Inn, and don't want to know what comes out.
Like INN. It's like a...
like where chickens go to
lodging.
spend the night.
Where salesman chicken come down the road.
You're a chicken in town, and you're in London, and you're like, where can a good poultry like me find a home?
They're like, come on in, and they just march them right into a fryer. It's a old bait and switch.
Chicken in, deliciousness out.
This spot today is a Taco Bell.
Oh, well, like to keep that tradition going.
Yeah. So the gang, they recruit a recently bankrupt businessman named Benny Wolf.
Okay, you're gonna you're gonna think I'm making this up, or be like, that can't be Burnett. But I swear to you, this is pretty much the plot of a movie with Edward G. Robinson from the 30s, and he has a leather goods store that they use. It's next door to a bank to break in. They go through the basement of the leather goods store.
Probably ripped it off.
Are you kidding me? Like, you're telling me I'm like, I've seen this.
Maybe they wanted to sound smart by being like, oh, we got it from a short story. We were just sitting around reading a short. What is this film you talk about? No,
I never go to the cinema.
Yeah, no, I think, well, who knows?
Yeah.
So Benny Wolf, convinces a former assistant of his named Molly Adams to put her name on the deed of Lissac. He couldn't do it because he'd recently declared bankruptcy.
So we have our legitimate businessman who is illegitimate.
Yeah, exactly. So August 1971, the purchase goes through.
Okay.
He gets the shop.
August 1971.
Gang goes in, they close up shop, they hang signs. They're like, we're going to reopen later in September. So, neighborhoods eagerly awaiting
We're remodeling. Come back soon.
Friday, August 28th, 1971, the heist commences.
Nice.
So Stevens, who's the other car dealer, he'd been tasked with getting tools. He had to get a powerful jack. And what? Why are you laughing?
The way you leveled your eyes at me when you said powerful jack.
I was just talking. And a thermal lance.
You did it again. See, you did it again. I don't even know. What is a thermal lance? I do know. So it's a blowtorch, basically.
I just like how you can change meanings just with your tone of voice.
Oh, completely. So that was the first essay I ever wrote. When you had it was like sixth grade and you had to write an essay. I wrote a whole persuasion piece on how that tone can make anything sexual. I was not allowed to turn...
In sixth grade?
In sixth grade, yeah.
Well, I wrote one in third grade,
yeah.
so...
Well, it was supposed to be about innuendo. It was like... Anyway.
I'm so sorry for your teachers throughout the years.
Oh, yeah. As am I.
Yeah. But powerful jack and thermal lance. Is that sounding familiar to you?
Yes, it is.
It's
dirtier every time.
Well, it sounds like stars of a film. Powerful Jack and thermal lance. Because it's to Jack and Lance. Those are first names. Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am 100% right there. I'm actually
Who cares? Who knows? Listen.
Okay, go on.
They're similar to the list of tools in the Hatton Garden Heist.
Very similar.
Okay. So Bobby Mills, the one who is old friends with the Guv'nor, he chickens out at the last minute.
Guv'nor has a hard time with his... I mean, he just does not get good guys.
He does not have good crew retention. But they convince him, okay, be the lookout.
He should do practice runs.
Yeah. Now, I hope, remember the lookout from Hatton Garden?
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So, also, remember I told you the Guv'nor had a head injury during his recent escape? Well, he was like, I can't dig. Head injury.
Oh, all the bending over?
I dented my brain pan. Yeah. I can't dig. So this is kind of shades of Kenny the diabetic from Hatton Gardens.
Oh, yeah.
They've all got these ailments. Now, let's take a break.
Okay.
Now that we've established all this. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you about how they set up their little plan.
Nice.
Hey, Zaron.
Hey, I'm back.
My name's Thermal Lance.
And I am Powerful Jack.
Powerful Jack. That's what I think if we ever have to go somewhere and sign in as something. Jury duty.
Jury duty.
Oh, no, it's not Elizabeth Dutton. It's Thermal Lance. They're like, oh, sorry, we got the wrong person. I'll hee, and I'll walk away.
I am Forte Jacques.
What was I talking? Baker Street.
Yes, the robbery.
They
had everything in place.
And the Lissac.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay, so Gavin, the Holmes fan.
Yes, Sherlock Holmes fan.
Tucker, the guy who did the whole vault measuring.
Yep. Okay.
And then one of the unnamed members.
We'll call him TH.
Yeah. They drilled through Lissac's 6-inch concrete floor.
Okay.
And then they hit clay. So next door, chicken in. Not like Bobby Mills, who was chicken out. Hey-o, zing.
Please tip my waitress.
So the digger guys, they realized that Chicken Inn's foundation wall was actually lower than they had realized.
Okay.
So they had to dig under and around that before they got to the vault. So they're like, I think Chicken Inn is more heavily reinforced than Lloyd's Bank.
Yeah, well, sounds like it. And they kind of take their stuff more seriously.
Well, when you're taking the chickens to their final reward, you want it solid. Gavin was apparently in super good shape. I guess he was also like a part-time physical therapist.
They had those in 1971?
Sure.
Okay.
He did most of the work, and he was like, I'm pretty confident he wore tight T-shirts.
No T-shirt at all.
Or no T-shirt
at all. It's the 70s.
It's
he took
true.
it off. He
Topless.
was doing labor.
He later said that he lost almost 2 stones, 28 pounds,
I was
during
just about
the
to ask.
process.
Is it 12 or 14 pounds? I can never remember.
14. Water weight? Did he lose a limb?
It's mostly water weight, I imagine.
So remember, they get started on a Friday.
Okay.
They keep digging till Monday morning, and then they're like, "Okay, you know what? Let's keep going next weekend. Let's take a break.
Mm-hmm.
This is our weekend gig. Very big weekend project. Digging a hole takes a long time.
Oh yeah.
You always see on TV and movies, there's like a criminal digs a grave for someone. It's all clean, smooth walls, 6 feet deep.
Yeah. That's not reality.
No. And they do it in like an hour.
Yeah.
Or what's supposed to be an hour. You know that a TV show that's guilty of this? Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah. The fastest hole diggers in the world.
Oh, yeah. They like toss someone a shovel and then they cut to them in an undershirt, like wiping their forehead with their arm as they stand in that perfectly chiseled out
yep.
super deep hole. And then there's always a pile of dirt next to it that in no way is the same volume as the amount of dirt that they took out
But
of the
it
hole.
definitely looks like an industrial equipment had lifted it out of the hole and piled it there.
And then they like toss one in. They're like, okay, fill it up, and whatever. If they did that in real life, it would be sort of this rounded, lumpy thing that's like
with
3
roots
feet
sticking
deep.
into it and stuff.
3 weeks later. Yeah. Anyway, they come back, they go to work next weekend. They dug a 40-foot, 12-inch by 14-inch tunnel under the vault.
12-inch. Wait, that doesn't seem big enough for people.
No, but that's what I read.
Okay.
And so the tunnel was called a remarkable piece of engineering during the later trial. It had to be bigger than that. Otherwise, they're like slithering through.
Yeah,
like
even if
thing.
I turned shoulder and I separated shoulder to shoulder,
Let's say
trying to get my head through.
2 feet by 4 feet makes me feel more comfortable.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
2 feet. Okay.
You know what? It doesn't really matter. They dug a tunnel.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares? The crew, they also carved out a space 7 feet wide and 5 feet high directly under the vault.
Okay, so like a workspace?
That's workable. Yeah. And that's where they could work. They set up the jack, the powerful jack.
Don't forget the thermal lance.
On a couple of railway ties that I suppose they brought with them.
Railway ties, that surprised me.
Yeah,
okay.
that's
so just like the wood pieces, basically.
Big ass pieces of wood. Uh-huh. The ground though was like too wet to support the pressure of the drilling, and the ties kept sinking into the ground. Okay. We have some subsidence issues on Baker
clay.
Street.
I mean, clay holds water.
Yeah. They also tried using the thermal lance, but it too could not break through the concrete. Yeah, so they're like, guess what? All right, we're running out of time. Let's go next weekend and do this. So we'll regroup. Are they going to have to hit up a home improvement big box store? Who knows?
I mean, I'm figuring the best way for them at this point is to reconsider the use of tools, like maybe some explosives.
See, you should have been running this from the beginning.
Oh, was I right?
Oh, yeah.
I was just guessing over here.
So check it out. It's taken them 3 weekends. They're able to dig down. They're below the vault. The tools aren't working. It's too damp with chicken grease. So they call in the explosives expert.
Nice. Shape charges. That's your answer.
I'm going to go ahead and say that guy was Little Legs.
Yeah, let's just like that.
And
like that.
Dwarf on explosives. Little Legs. He gets some gelignite.
Okay.
Gelignite. Hey, Elizabeth, what's gelignite? You're supposed to
I was
say.
over here acting like, I'm going to play it cool. Like, oh, yeah, gelignite. That's the right choice. That's what I go with. It's either thermite or what you said.
Or boom boom powder. Well, Wikipedia defines gelignite, also known as blasting gelatin or simply jelly.
Okay.
Are you ready for this jelly?
I don't think I can handle this kind of heat.
They say it's an explosive material consisting of collodion cotton dissolved in either nitroglycerin or nitroglycol and mixed with wood pulp and saltpeter. It was invented in 1875 by Swedish chemist Alfred Nobel.
Oh, on his way to TNT.
Yep, also invented the dynamite. in today's society, now that I'm doing all the bad essay things.
I had an uncle who taught me how to make explosives out of like common household ingredients like styrofoam and stuff. And this one sounds a lot like a recipe he taught me. I'm wondering if he like free versed off of that.
Probably riffing. So Little Legs, he got himself some gelignite. And he's ready to blow the absolute cottage cheese out of that vault floor. So the group, they're concerned that the explosion is going to be heard outside. So they rent walkie-talkies so they can coordinate with their outside lookout, Scaredy Cat Mills.
Okay.
And Friday, September 10th, 1971, 5:30 p.m., Lloyd's Bank closes again for the weekend. The gang comes back for weekend activities. Mills, he's posted up at the top of 94 Baker Street that had a clear view at the bank.
So they really aren't that far from 221B Baker Street. They're like just down the block.
They're living it.
Okay.
Do you know what was located at 94 Baker Street a few years prior to this?
I'm going to go with a Turkey Shack.
It was the original Apple store where the Beatles had opened their short-lived Apple boutique.
Oh, yeah. Like Apple Records, the original. Yeah. That's where the first Apple store was?
Completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about, but that's my jam.
Well, thank you for the information.
So
Today
welcome.
I learned.
So the gang drills holes in the concrete under the vault, fills them with gelignite. They connect it back to a generator in Lessac's basement using this series of cables, tubes.
Okay.
Mills, he's keeping an eye on things, and they set off the explosives around 12:30 a.m. Saturday, September 11th, coinciding with a green light and moving traffic to help block the noise. So Mills is like waiting till the light changes. A truck comes. He's like, go, go, go.
Truck rumbles past. We're like, tit it.
Yeah. They get lucky. The hole that they ended up making in the bottom of the vault, it had a bank trolley directly over it, and that helped muffle the sound.
Huh.
So all these things working together. Yeah. They get in the vault, they go to work. The Guv'nor, he's an expert at opening safe deposit boxes. They worked all day.
Well, okay, maybe I'm wrong here, but I didn't think there was such a thing as an expert in getting into safe deposit. I thought you just pry your way in.
You know what? You didn't think there was such a thing as emergency circumcision, or at least I did.
There's so many things I'm just unaware of.
We're learning, constantly learning. Stay curious. Remember that he didn't get to use that expertise, though. Decades later for Hatton Gardens.
No,
Remember, he just noped out of there.
Yes,
it's like,
exactly. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So this time he did the hard work. He put in the effort. Way to hustle. Good game, good game. Zaron, I want you to close your eyes.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Just for no reason.
My eyes are closed.
I want you to picture it.
All right.
It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. A man named Robert Rollins is padding around his fourth-floor apartment on Wimpole Street. Now, he's going to settle in for his typical late-night routine of turning on his American Forces radio receiver.
Putting some Vaseline on his feet and pulling on his socks.
Yes, he's cutting loose on a Saturday night there, buddy. He's really hoping to tune into Radio Luxembourg. Makes him feel fancy. Instead, he hears a man's voice in English coming through clearly. The man is talking about a vault and loot and whatnot.
That is not Radio Luxembourg.
No. Your pal Robert comes to the conclusion that he's listening to a robbery taking place nearby. That is so exciting for him.
I love this for his Saturday night.
So he calls the local precinct. They don't take him seriously. And they're like, you know what? Okay, yeah, sure. You're hearing record it and get back to us. And then they like snicker and hang up the phone. It makes me wonder if maybe he'd called them previously with other outlandish things.
Or if he started off with, okay, normally on a Saturday, I like to listen to Radio Luxembourg, but this Saturday, they're like, oh man, you know what?
Yeah.
We get a lot of these.
So here's the thing though. Conveniently, Rollins has a cassette recorder at his house.
Of course he does.
Because he uses it to practice his Spanish.
What?
He just talks to himself.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
He like listens to himself, gets better at how he says in Spanish according to his own ear, but he doesn't speak Spanish, or just want to hear it to correct?
Well, I don't know. Like when I was in high school in French class, we used to have to read like questions and then answer them on a cassette. And then you're seeing how old I am. And then leave them with the teacher. And she was supposed to like listen to them to see if not only were we writing it, but and I just didn't study. And this is in senior year. And so every question that came up, I go, je ne sais pas. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't fly.
How did that one work?
It didn't. So he's like this one-man party machine. He's got a cassette recorder. He records the thieves arguing, mostly with Mills outside, about whether to stop for the night or keep going.
So he must be hearing just the most random stuff. We got a light. Okay, no light.
Okay,
I'm in. Yeah.
He has the recording. He calls the cops again. But this time he calls the main line at Scotland Yard. He doesn't trust the precincts. And they take him seriously. They send officers over. Now, it's interesting. Later, the police threatened to prosecute Mr. Rollins for listening to an unlicensed radio station.
Is that a thing? Oh, because
a pirate
the BBC.
Radio station.
Right.
Crossover.
Boom.
Okay. Lloyd's Bank, though, gave him a 2,500 pound reward.
Okay.
Good job, dude. So in the morning, September 12th, Sunday, the thieves start talking again. They're telling Mills, we're going to finish off here in the bank, and we shall be coming out early this afternoon, and you'll just have to bluff your way straight off the road. Yeah. There's this book called One Last Job, written by two guys from the Daily Mirror, Tom Pettifor and Nick Summerland. They said, quote, police needed technical help and fast. They asked the BBC and the post office for assistance in tracking down the broadcasts in hope of catching the burglars in the act. We did receive considerable assistance, but the equipment they had was the type which was not much help. We were told by one of the radio detection experts that we would search an area within a 7-mile radius of Mr. Rollins' flat, and this involved a huge number of banks and similar premises. That advice left police with an area of 154 square miles of central London to search. It contained hundreds of banks, and officers began the process of contacting the head offices of all of them.
Wow.
That's
some
huge.
Due diligence.
Right? They contacted 900 banks.
Oh, my.
Yeah. That's a lot of manpower. Power.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So 3:30 or 4 that Sunday, the police show up at Lloyd's, but everything looks fine on the outside, much like Hatton Gardens. The vault's time lock meant that no one could get in there anyway.
Yeah.
So fine, the police leave. The gang finishes up their work. They pack their loot, their booty, into a nearby van, and they drive to Tucker's house to divvy things up. In all, they are said to have stolen an estimated 1.5 million pounds. Closer, they think, to 3 million.
That's a pretty big booty.
Cash, jewelry, gold, other valuables.
Sorry, it was right there.
It was perfect. I set it up. You knocked it out of the park. All these other valuables again, quote unquote.
Other valuables.
Music boxes. The other thing, too, is a lot of the people who lost stuff wouldn't say what they lost. That's why they think it was a lot more. This is a common occurrence.
This is common in the safe deposit boxes. They're like, wait, what was in it? Some paperwork, business papers.
Family photos.
I can tell you the value. We would need it itemized. I can't do that.
Yeah. So let's take a moment. We're going to listen to some ads. Just, sit and enjoy them. When we come back, I'm going to tell you how it all fell apart for these goofballs. Okay, doke.
What's up, Smokey?
Monday, September 13th, 1970. What are we, 1, 2?
71.
Whatever. 9 o'clock in the morning. A Lloyd's Bank employee opens the vault doors to find everything in disarray, as well as a hole in the floor.
Uh-oh.
Doink. The police also discovered walkie-talkies, tools.
They just left everything.
The lads. Loads of excavated dirt. Tons of stuff.
A powerful jack.
A powerful jack. They just left everything.
Well, this is before DNA evidence, so they're like, yeah, whatever, dust it. I don't give a...
But I mean, you could resell some of that stuff.
I don't think they're worried about profit at that point.
So they're worried about money.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm with you. Logistically speaking, it's irresponsible. They could have given that to other criminals.
They could have donated
who might need
to the criminal tool bank.
Pay it forward.
Based on the crime, the police presume that the thief had to have inside knowledge of the vault. And the bank, though, is like, you know what? We are not giving out the box holders' names or any other information. Yeah. The bank was
Banks.
also unhelpful in dealing with property that had been strewn around on the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just piled it up on tables outside the vault, and they took possession of it all without police involvement.
What do you mean? So they just said, like, this is now bank property because it's on our floor?
Yeah, they just, like, scooped it up and put it in the pile, like, nobody look.
Yeah, that's not evidence.
Yeah.
That was left
Don't
behind.
check, guys.
Clearly not evidence.
Don't check. And so one box holder, he said he went to go check and see if his valuables were on the table.
His blackmail photos?
No one checked his ID.
Mm-hmm.
And he found that jewelry that was like on this pile had fallen into trash cans next to this desk.
I love this.
Yeah, it's so sloppy. So finally, a list of 210 box holders was given to the police, but the police didn't think it was a full list. So they asked again, then they get the names of 260 of 268 box holders. So they're just like...
that lucky 7. You know, they're like
man.
The queen and her cousin.
Well, around 100 of the box holders, they declined to report their losses, declined to specify the full extent of the loss.
Mm-hmm.
They won't file anything with the cops. The police used a network of informants to gather information on who robbed the bank, and pretty soon they came up with Gavin and Tucker.
Ooh.
Main guy and the one with the bank account.
How did they?
Informants.
Every time.
So on the morning of Friday, October 9th, 1971, the police watched Tucker hand over a bag to 2 men.
Okay.
They swoop in, they arrest the guys, and there's 32,000 pounds in cash in the bag.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tucker gets arrested later that day. He confessed that the cash from earlier was from the bank, but he said he wasn't part of the robbery.
I just happened to find his bag.
He just got the cream. Yeah. So Gavin and Stevens, they're arrested October 30th. Gavin said, look, I only dug the tunnel. I'm just the digger man. And Stevens said that he had only supplied the tools.
Look, I only touched the shovels.
I went out, I got him a lads, and then there you go. So Wolf, that's the bankrupt businessman who rented the sack. Yeah, he was also arrested, totally denied involvement. He's like, I'm just a humble leather salesman now.
Yes, I am but a bankrupt businessman.
Exactly. The Guv'nor, Mills, 2 mystery men, never caught.
Oh, the Guv'nor
never
gets
arrested.
Nice, Guv'nor.
Yeah. Apparently, though, the name of the explosives expert involved was given to the police, but he wasn't arrested either. Yeah. It's later alleged, though, that 2 senior officers on the case pocketed £1 million in diamonds from Baker Street in exchange for letting those guys off the hook. So they think that they greased the wheels with that. Only around 231,000 pounds of the stolen goods were ever recovered.
Of the 3 million.
Of the 3 million, yes.
That's a low percentage. That is,
right.
And the cops can consider that a success because they got some back, right?
Yeah.
And the insurance covers the rest.
We would hope.
Uh-huh.
So the case goes to trial January 1973. Gavin, Tucker, Stevens, they all plead guilty. And they're convicted and sentenced to 12 years in prison each.
Damn. But they hold the bag. They don't snitch on everybody else in the crew.
Nobody snitches on the Guv'nor. Stevens later appealed, and he was able to reduce his sentence to 8 years.
Okay.
Wolf, he pleads not guilty, convicted 8 years. In that book, One Last Job, they said that, quote, in the years after Baker Street, a number of myths have grown up around the job. One of the earliest misconceptions surrounded an alleged police cover-up in the aftermath. It's been claimed that a D notice was issued asking the press not to publish any detail of the raids on grounds of national security.
National security? For what reason?
Well, the radio guy, Richard Rollins, he said the police confiscated his recording.
Oh,
and
snap.
He said there was also this gag order on it, but he thought it was just an excuse to hide police incompetence.
Oh, okay.
That's,
fair assessment.
Former Scotland Yard Detective Inspector David Woodland, he wrote in his 2015 book, Crime and Corruption at the Yard. He said that MI5 had placed the government gag order, the D notice, on all press, effectively banning any further reporting due to national security. So this keeps popping up.
This national security, what were in these safety deposit boxes? And also that these guys just go to prison, so whatever they found, they couldn't have been too aware of it because otherwise they would have disappeared too, right?
The Guardian and the Mirror, they both said that they were approached directly by senior government officials and told to drop the story. The press, other, agencies were asked to keep things confidential. Namely, they didn't want anyone to know that Rollins had made that recording. But they wrote about it anyway. What did they care?
Yeah, we're the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
Do you think we care?
So whatever happens, 4 days after the robbery, reporting mysteriously stops.
Interesting.
Just cuts it off.
Okay.
Many people later speculated that the reason for that D-notice was because compromising photos of Princess Margaret had been found. Is this ringing a bell for you?
Yes, that driver, the Uber driver in L.A.
Right. So there was also, according to that book, One Last Job, the rumor was that Black Power and civil rights activist Michael X had compromising photos of the Queen's sister, Princess Margaret, on holiday with her lover, Roddy Llewellyn, and that he stored them in the Baker Street vault. And he said that MI5 organized the break-in to spare the royal family's blushes. So it's not even like...
So they were the whole break-in was just to get the pictures of Princess Margaret back.
Now, what you're also thinking of, another alternate theory, is that there were photos of Princess Margaret with infamous London gangster turned actor John Bindon.
Yes, that's the story we heard.
So yeah, Zaron, you and I were once in a lift in Los Angeles. Our driver was an Englishman. He had wild stories about it.
Oh my God, yeah. He's talking about the Two Guns Benton because of his enormous, and then and Princess Margaret was like so into it, and they were like in Jamaica, and they were doing all the nudist stuff, and they were around Michael X, the Black Power activist, and he has all this stuff where he was basically not in war, but trying to like blackmail the UK government. And then he gets involved in a whole other thing and then comes to his own terrible end. But yes, that story was insane.
He had crazy insider.
He talked about the whole break-in and the tapes that were in apparently the boxes. He talked and he said, that's so crazy.
Because he knew them.
Yeah, no, he knew the dude. He knew,
Yeah, he knew Benton. Yeah, he was the driver was a photographer, like a fashion photographer.
Fashion dude back in the day. And he used to drink with Benton in the pubs.
Yeah.
And Benton would just come in and be like, just the most charming, carousing figure. And you could see why Princess Margaret would go for him. And then there was the really dark stuff he started getting into. We were like, okay.
Yeah, it got a little uncomfortable, some of his stories.
Yeah. Turned into one of those Uber driver moments where you're like, I can't believe I'm paying for this.
So that is the Baker Street robbery.
That
nuts. Takes us to the end of that.
I can't believe that. Oh my! It took me forever to hear it.
I was waiting and waiting. What's your ridiculous takeaway?
It took me so long to catch up. I'm over here standing in the shadow. I'm like, what's going on? Why is it dark? Oh my God! I've heard almost that entire story, and then the Princess Margaret, it all clicked. I was like, wait a minute, the break-in to cover up, and he said it was MI. Yes, of course.
There it is.
I love this one.
My takeaway, since you asked, is the unsinkable spirit of the Guv'nor.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm loving the Guv'nor.
He gets busted for his first crime when he's 11 years old, if you'll recall. Yes. That was his first bust. Criming was in his bones. He'd never give it up. And, he wasn't the best at it, but gosh darn it, he's going to give it his all. But he's still tough.
He learned to walk on a getaway.
That's right. He did. And then he fell and hurt his head. That is it for today. That's all I have.
That was a good one.
Thank you. You can find us online at Ridiculous Crime on both Twitter and Instagram. If you have a tip for us about a ridiculous crime, or if you want to confess to a ridiculous crime, you can email us, ridiculouscrime@gmail.com. Tune in next time. Ridiculous Crime is hosted by Elizabeth Dutton and Zaron Burnett, produced and edited by demolitions expert Dave Kustin. Research is by former LeSac floor manager Marissa Brown. The theme song is by mysterious company directors Thomas Lee and Travis Dutton. Executive producers are Ben, you're Sherlock and I'm Watson, Bolin, and Noel, no, you're Sherlock and I'm Watson, Brown.
Ridiculous Crime.
Say it one more time.
Ridiculous Crime.
Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.